Looks like I'm the first one here. Can't wait for another great year at camp. Whew, been waiting all year for this. Now let me just kind of open the door here. What?
Dude, what are you doing here?
I'm here for Flower City Work Camp.
No. Deal, we're doing it differently this year. You gotta go.
Why did nobody tell me? Nobody checked. I'm checking my MySpace account, Hotmail. Somebody can spare 6 seconds for Vine. What is going on? And he's gone. Great. Where's the countdown? What's going on? Where is everybody? Maybe they started without me. Ah! If I miss Waymaker, I'd be so upset! Let me in! Guys! Where is everybody?
Dude, Dio, what are you doing here?
Just getting some lunch. We have a big day ahead of us.
It's not like that. Oh my god.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, our God says. We'll see you later.
Stay on the grass. All right, let's go, everybody. Good job. Woo! Oh, it's gonna be a great day. I can't wait. Let's go, everybody. Great
Dio, what's the deal?
God forgive him, for he knows not what he does.
Great day.
Get off the grassy knoll!
Why?
I thought I told you! We're doing it differently!
What does that mean? Jimmy, get off the pavement. What does that mean?
It's gonna be awesome! Ah!
You have a great day, man.
Teenagers of Flower City Work Camp, you guys are quarantines. I'm sorry, that's a bad joke. Hey, listen, I know that it is hard because your city work camp is canceled. And, I can only imagine the disappointment that you all have, or the struggles that you all have, or the concerns that you all have. But even though camp is canceled, God is not, and the work that God wants to do through you is not canceled either. You guys now have a unique opportunity to take it upon yourselves to be the light of the world. And some of it's going to happen virtually. I don't think it's coincidental that this happened in a time like this, where we have all these virtual tools in our own backyards to be an encouragement, to give direction, to give wisdom to people. You will never understand how much you reaching out to your network of friends or people at your school and sharing with them the truths that are changing your lives, or encouraging them, or sending a care package to someone, or sending something to a nursing home in your area. The kind of work that does is amazing. So I just want to encourage you guys, God is not done. This is not the end. He's still in the business of using us, even in the midst of this time. I just encourage you with Jeremiah 29:11, where God says that he knows the plans that he has for you. They're good plans, but those plans come in the midst of a problem. So they were in captivity during that time, and it was a problem, but the promise still came. So there's a problem, but we still have the promise of God that he's got a good plan, good agenda. We can trust him. So y'all keep going. God bless.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? I cannot even believe this right now. Lecrae was just giving a shout out to us at Flower City Work Camp. If you don't know who Lecrae is, man, you gotta look this dude up right after this is over. This man has changed the rap game forever. That's a fact. It's not arguable. It is shut down. Man, I don't know about you, but I am hyped up, and I am excited that you are joining Flower City Work Camp Online. I am your host tonight. My name is Jonathan Sigmund. I'm one of the pastors over at Calvary Assembly on the west side, best side. Yeah, you know it. I said it, and I'm on a recording. They're not going to be able to turn the camera off right now, so I said it. Shout out to Eastsiders. I love you too. And here's the beauty. We're all together as one body, one church. And man, I am so excited to be here with you. I wanted to let you know that in the coming days, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every morning at 9 a.m., we are going to be bringing you guys a whole gathering where all of us can get together right here on YouTube Live and celebrate Jesus, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the one who still reigns no matter what is happening in this earth. And so make sure you set your alarm, you get out of bed, you can stay in your PJs, but you gotta be here, you gotta be with us, absolutely. Make it happen. So we will be doing that, and then on our final evening on Wednesday night, you gotta join us as well. I can't wait for you guys to grow in your faith this week. I'm proud of you. The Lord smiles on you when He looks on you as His children. And man, I am just so blessed that you are taking time to grow in your faith and connect with others. I want to pass it to my brother from another mother, Ryan Smith.
Hi, I'm Ryan Smith, the Executive Director of Flower City Outreach. We're the organization that operates Flower City Work Camp each year. And I cannot tell you how disappointed we were to have to cancel camp. But as you're quite aware, things in our world have changed a lot, and going forward with camp just wasn't possible. One of the things we were able to do, and why I'm sitting in the warehouse right now, is we've gone through and taken all of our N95 masks, other safety dust masks, safety glasses, latex gloves. We've been able to donate all of those to local area medical workers so that they have some added protection and supply as they help people who are dealing with the coronavirus. We've also extended the opportunity for every student to receive a refund back for the camp fee that they've paid this year. About 2/3 of those have already been processed. We're getting to the rest. And a lot of you have been very generous and have left a portion or even all of your camper fee as a donation. And that's going to help our organization a lot as we get ready for next year. Speaking of next year, the next time that we'll be joining back together as Flower City Work Camp in person will be spring break of 2021. It's actually going to kick off at the end of March next year. It's an early Easter, and we're really looking forward to that. All of the things that we have prepared this year, the theme, a lot of the priorities and initiatives, even the list of homes that we were going to work on, are all going to roll forward into next year, and we'll be able to do everything that we had planned and probably do it bigger and better than we could have even done this year. And we're really excited that we don't have to wait a full year, though, to have some semblance of camp, because this week we are kicking off, for the first time ever, virtual Flower City Work Camp. Hopefully this is the only year we have to do it like this, but the programming team has done a great job of putting together opportunities for you to gather online, to still worship, to still learn, to take on some challenges, even participate in some contests, and we can have a little flavor of camp in what would have been our spring break week that we can enjoy and grow from. And then at some point, when the time is right, whether it's this summer or in the fall, we are going to host an event called The Union, where we will be inviting back all the students, all their families, all of our volunteers, and we are going to be joining together for a night of worship and celebration. We're just going to be glorifying God for all the goodness and protection that He has shown in our community, and to get a chance to come together around a meal, and that worship time is going to be something really special. So we'll keep you updated on that. But one thing that we do know is that God has been with us through all of this. He's taking care of us. He's going to see us through. This is not the end of camp. There are bigger and better things yet to come. And we are glad that you are with us. We invite you to be praying with us, invite you to be trusting in the Lord for what He is going to deliver. And we're going to be able to look back on this with great big smiles and a lot of thankfulness in our heart for everything that God has done to show Himself.
What
is going on, Flower City Work Camp? So great to see you. Actually, I can't see you right now, but you can see me, which is really cool. My name is Josh. I've been part of Flower City for, it feels like, a million years. Love it so much. Like everybody has already said 1,000 times, we are bummed that camp isn't happening the way it's always happened before, but we are so excited about this week, just having a chance to do some videos with you guys, for you guys, encourage you with the Word of God, and offer some challenges to you. So they called me and they said, Josh, we need a way to do a game. And I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna do a game. That's weird. How can we do a game? I can't throw a pie in someone's face virtually. Maybe if I do this, we could add that later in the edit. I throw and there's a pie all of a sudden and it hits the thing. I don't know. But one thing I wanted to do is I was thinking, man, what if you guys know that we don't normally tell you what the theme of the week is. In fact, we never tell you until you get there, you register, and then you get your shirt, and it's got the theme on it. There's the greatest from last year. Very cool. It's like a heart. It's like a beating heart right there. So what I thought was, we're not going to tell you what this year's theme is, but I have a challenge for you. I have a challenge, because we're going to take the theme that we had all lined up, and we're going to hold on to it because it was so good. We want to like keep that. We're going to put it in a box, put it on a shelf, put it right over there. We're going to roll that out probably next year. But I wanted to hear from you guys. What do you think the theme would have been? What do you think we were thinking about? So here's the thing. This is called Guess the Theme. If you're watching on YouTube Live right now, you can go ahead, go into the chat and type in a theme. What did you think camp's theme was going to be? Maybe you thought it was going to be go for gold because it's the Olympics. I don't know. There are going to be Olympics. Now there's not. Or maybe you thought the theme would be a cord of 3 strands is better than 2. I don't know what you think the theme's going to be, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to type in a theme into the YouTube live chat. Put a little explanation there if you need it, because we might not know what you're talking about. You might just say, the theme should be motorcycles or pudding. Yes. Actually, that is a good theme. All right, so put your theme into the chat, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through them, and we're going to do this again on Wednesday night. And on Wednesday night, I'm going to read some of those themes that you guys came up with, and I'm going to see if I can find a way to get some prizes out to people who came up with like some really unique, fun themes, or maybe just like excellent themes that we'll use in other years, or maybe just like the craziest, funniest thing I could find. So anyway, put it in to your YouTube chat. What do you think the theme is? Guess the theme for 2020. What would it have been were we to actually get together? So that's just a little thing. You can start thinking about it. If you come up with something later, you can just email contest@flowercityworkcamp.org. Anything we do on here, you want to get in touch with anybody about the games or contests we do, you can always email contest@flowercityworkcamp.org. Throw your theme there if you want to, but I'd like to see them. I want to see a wall of themes just right now, just right over there on the old. Is it over there or is it over there? I don't know. But over on the YouTube chat. So throw them up there. Again, I love you guys. I'm so glad to be here, even if it's just like this. So grateful for the technology that we can even still do something. And it's really cool. And speaking of doing something, I want to invite you to hang out right now with my friend Colin Zweigel. Colin was going to be in the band on the East Side. He's going to lead us in a couple songs of worship. I want you to get ready. I want you to prepare your hearts and just really engage in this time, because, man, when I think of Flower City, I think of all the cool things we do in the city, the way we partner with people, and I think of how cool it is to hear 400, 500, however many students worshiping God at the same time. So let's do that right now.
Hey, Flower City. My name's Colin. This is my wife, Megan, and we're so stoked to get to worship with you tonight for Flower City 2020. It's happening. It happened here. Welcome to our little studio setup where we're going to be having worship right now. We just want to invite you to join us. Maybe bow your heads, maybe close your eyes. Join us in whatever posture you need to take to pray. And Jesus, we just acknowledge your presence here right now. We say that you're good. We trust your promises. We say you're faithful. We remember the God who was and is to come, the one whose promises never fail. We want to just focus on you for a little bit now. And in Jesus' name, amen.
And in every season, your grace has been enough. And I'm believing the best is yet to come. The cross before me, and my hope on things above. And in you, Jesus, the best is yet to come. Come on, sing your presence. Your presence is an open door. We want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door. So come now, Lord, like never before. Yeah. Sing, I know, and I know breakthrough is coming, and by faith I'll see a miracle. My God made me a promise, and it won't stop now. And I know breakthrough is coming, and by faith I'll see a miracle. My God made me a promise, and it won't stop now. Come on, sing it again. And I know breakthrough is coming, and by faith I'll see a miracle. My God made me a promise, and it won't stop now. One more time. And I know breakthrough is coming, and by faith
sing your presence.
Your presence is an open door, and we want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door, so come now, Lord, like never before.
This next song was on our hearts as we were planning for Flower City, and it came out like very, very recently. This is a song called The Blessing, and it's based on a benediction that priests used to repeat over people during services in like ancient Israel. This is like an ancient blessing that's been spoken over God's people literally for thousands of years. And we want to sing it over you tonight. If you don't know this song yet, that's really okay. I just want you to kind of meditate on these words. Let them wash over you. This song is packed with truth about who God is and about how He looks at us and promises for your future that we believe are true. So yeah, just take this one in.
Lord bless you and keep you, make His face shine upon and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face toward you and give you peace. Lord bless you and keep you, make His face shine upon and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face toward you and give you peace. Amen. 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 Lord bless you and keep you, make His face shine upon and be gracious to you. Lord turn His face towards you and give you peace. Amen. 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 the children. May His favor be upon you in 1,000 generations, and your families, and your children, and the children, and the children. May His favor be upon you in 1,000 generations, and your families, and your children, and the children, and the children. May His presence go before you, and behind you, and beside you, all around you, and within you. He is with you, He is with you, in the morning, in the evening, and you're coming, and you're going, and you're weeping, and rejoicing. He is for you, 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 He is for you. And your families, and their children, and their children, and their children. May His presence go before you, and behind you, and beside you, all around you, and within you. He is with you, He is with you, in the morning, in the evening, and you're coming, and you're going, and you're weeping, and rejoicing. He is for you, 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 He is for you.
Pray for you that through this time, I pray that you would just be filled with the peace of God. The peace that doesn't have to make sense with everything that's happening. Thanks for joining us.
Hey everyone, my name is Stephen Nichols, and I'm the youth director at a church called Calvary Assembly out in Chilai. And I'm so excited that you are here watching this video, and I'm so excited that you are a part of the Flower City Work Camp fam. And if you're anything like me, you're probably incredibly disappointed that Flower City Work Camp is not happening this year. And sometimes it feels like, is there anything worse than having something that you were really, really looking forward to not come through? When I was a kid, my grandparents used to take me and our siblings out to an amusement park called Wonderland, and it was in Canada. And we would go and we'd get a hotel, we'd spend the night to this hotel, and then during the days we would go out to this amusement park. And this was one of my first time going, and I went there, and it was the first night, and we were about ready to go to bed. We were at the hotel, and I got really, really sick. In fact, I was puking and throwing up all over the place. It was a bad day. It was so gross. But it got so bad, actually, that my parents had to come and pick me up. They drove all the way to Canada to come and pick up me from the hotel. So I went home. All my siblings stayed. I went home, and I spent the next couple days home sick, and my siblings were all still at the amusement park. And they would call every day sharing stories of all the fun things that they were doing. And they even came home a few days later bringing all these awesome souvenirs and gifts and things like that. And I just really got this feeling, hey, I was missing out on something. And sometimes it feels that way, right? And sometimes we have this moment where we feel like, hey, what am I missing out on right now? Like, I come to Flower City Word Camp each year because I want to hear from God. I want to serve God. I want to serve people in a way that I haven't or I couldn't before. And I want to experience the presence of God in a new and fresh way. And sometimes it feels like my biggest fear is that, what are we missing out on? And I want to share a story of encouragement for you during this week as we head into this Easter break here, this spring break for you. And before I get into this passage, I want to give you a kind of a backstory of what's happening here. So Jesus has rose from the dead, and he tells his disciples right before he leaves, he says, go into all the nations and tell everyone you can find about the good news of the gospel. Tell them about who I am and what I've done. And then Jesus leaves. So the disciples go out and they go into their entire town and their city, and they start sharing the gospel. They start sharing the good news. They're serving people. They're loving people. They're performing miracles. Crazy things are happening, and it's wildly successful. But then something happens. There's a man, his name is Stephen, and he becomes the first martyr of the church. And there's persecution against the people who are following Jesus. And it says that the people of Jesus scattered. They were terrified for their lives, and they were fearful of what might happen, so they left and they went into every other different direction, all separated, going their own separate ways, into different towns, cities, maybe even countries. They all scattered. And at this point, if I were in this situation, I don't know about you, but I'd be like, all right, we did our best, Jesus, right? Like, we tried. We did exactly what you said, but this seems like the end. Seems like this is where it's going to conclude here. But that's not what happens. And I want to read this passage. This is found in Acts chapter 11, verse 19. It says this. Now those who had been scattered by the persecution that broke out when Stephen was killed traveled as far as Phoenicia, Cyprus, and Antioch, spreading the word only among the Jews. Some of them, however, men from Cyprus and Cyrene, went to Antioch and began to speak to the Greeks also, telling them the good news about the Lord Jesus. Verse 21 says this is good. The Lord's hand was with them, and a great number of people believed and turned to the Lord. So everyone scattered. They went their own different ways. Everyone was separated, isolated by themselves. And it seems like this is the end. This is where everything kind of concludes. But these men and women were faithful to God's calling. And they continued to preach the gospel wherever they went. They continued to serve, love people, and share the good news, no matter where they were. And verse 21 says this, and this is big. I want you to get this. Verse 21 says this, the Lord's hand was with them, and a great number of people believed and turned to the Lord. And here's what I want you to know. God's purposes and his plans, they aren't contained to human hands. His purposes and his plans are not contained to our human hands. Sometimes we have this idea of what we feel like our life should be, or what Flower City Word Camp should be, and we have this expectation that we bring to it every year, and we want to see God do big things, and that's a good thing. We want to see God come through in amazing ways. And you may be here watching these videos this week discouraged because you're home from school, you're away from your friends, you're away from your sports teams or your music teams, you're away from everybody that you love the most, and you're kind of stuck at home and you're away from Flower City Work Camp, and you could be discouraged thinking, where do we go from here? I'm ready to see God do big things, but now it seems like I'm just at a standstill and a pause. But I want to ask you this. Aren't you glad that God is bigger than the coronavirus? Aren't you glad that God is bigger and better than anything that is going on around us? And here's what's true. With all of this happening, we're incredibly bummed by the things that are not able to happen. But do you know that ultimately God's hand is still over us? God is still working. God is still moving, and it may look different than what we thought it would be, but do you know that God can still move? He can still work. He still has big things that he wants to accomplish in your heart and in our world today, this week, and this year. God is still moving. His plans, his purposes are not contained by our own human hands. He is still working. He is still moving. And here's what I want to encourage you with. You're not alone in this. We are a team of people, and though we may be separated right now, though we may be separated like the church and the disciples in the book of Acts, God is still working and moving. He still wants to complete his grace. He still wants his good news to be shared, and he still wants to love and serve people. So here's what we're going to do this week. And this is going to look a little bit different. And we've never done anything like this before, but we're excited for the new opportunities and the new ways that God is moving. So over the course of this week, we're going to be releasing videos every day. And there's going to be devotionals that you can tune into. And then at the end of those devotionals, there's going to be a time where we're going to encourage you to take up an act of service in some way or another. There are going to be little challenges for us to do. And these are going to be ways where we can continue to serve people, love people, share the good news right where we're at, no matter where we are, whatever capacity that looks like. So I'm excited for you guys to engage and experience these things and to be a part of this. And here's what's true. It's not going to look like normal Flower City Work Camp, but that's okay because it's not about that. It's about what God is doing. And I'm so excited to see the new things that God is going to do this week. So if you're sad, if you're discouraged, if you're bummed, that's okay. A lot of us are. But here's what I know is true. God is not contained by what we can do ourselves. It's all about what he is doing, and we're excited to jump on board to what he is doing. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you all throughout this week. Have a great day.
Thanks, Stephen. That was incredible. Thank you so much. Speaking from your heart, challenging us with those words. Man, I needed to hear that too. And I hope everybody was listening in on this idea, this time and place that we're in right now, and how it can be easy to forget that God is actually still very, very, very much in control. Hey guys, we have a challenge for you this week. And this is going to be a cool one. We want to see your videos, okay? So what we want to do is I want to see a video, keep it under a minute. And I'd love for you to make this video and answer some of these questions. Maybe just one question. It's totally fine. But I want to hear you answer these questions. First of all, what does Flower City Work Camp mean to you? How have you seen God work in your life, in the lives of the people that you've served? Tell us stories about what God has done through Flower City Work Camp. Or actually, you can tell us what you're missing most about camp. Just tell us what are the things that you look forward to the most when it comes to Flower City, because we all love it for so many different reasons. Some people love it for the worship. Some people love it for the way we serve. Some people love it for the friends they make. Some people love it for the delicious food. There's 1,000 different reasons why we love Flower City. We'd love to hear what you guys think out there. What are you missing most about Flower City? So what are you missing most about Flower City? Or how have you seen God grow you? How have you experienced God during Flower City? Just take some time, answer one of those questions, answer a couple of those questions, whatever, but keep it under a minute. And then here's what you do with it. Instead of posting it online, we want you to do this. We're going to throw a link up on the screen right now, and it's going to be in the notes of this live stream. So you'll be able to click there. You can come back to the YouTube channel and click it later. But there's going to be a link there for you to upload directly your videos. And then we're going to see some of them on Wednesday night. We're going to show some. But this is just a time to tell us, what has God done in your life through Flower City? How has He worked in your life? How have you experienced God? How have you grown? Tell us stories about things that have happened on your work sites where you know, man, that was a God moment. That was God showing up in a big way. All right, so tell us your experiences, upload them to the link that we're going to give you, and we're going to show some of those on Wednesday night when we come back. Don't forget, we're going to be back Monday morning at 9 o'clock, Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock, and then Wednesday night. So we'll see you all tomorrow morning right here on this channel, YouTube Live, for Flower City Work Camp. Thank you so much for joining us. What a blast. First night of Flower City. You didn't think it was going to happen, and yet it happened. I'm here live in my guest room. It's very yellow, and there's random things back there, but it's really cool. And I've been told I look like a moose. Who knows? Guys, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.